I'm here in my kitchen with a recipe that I got from the Sassy Green Garden Diva to make vegetarian French toast. So right here, like my bananas, we get them ripe already anyway, but these are in the refrigerator and they are super ripe. So I'm going to use that as the base for the egg replacer, and since you know they're going to get blended up anyway, what better way to use some super overly ripe bananas. Right here I have some overly ripe apples and pears and mangoes that are going to be used for the syrup. I have some really hearty sprouted cinnamon raisin bread. I have some coconut milk, my spices, cloves, cardamom, some cinnamon, nutmeg, and some vanilla. And to cook the French toast, I have some coconut oil. So let's get started. Okay, so I have some apple pear, and I'm going to add the rest of the, I'm going to add mango and the rest of my pear. I have it in my small container on my Vitamix, and this is for the syrup, and I'm just going to give this a quick puree. I'll turn this on high and give it. Okay, so now I'm going to add, so this is what, my inside thing just fell off. I'm going to add the rest of my mangoes and my apples to the mix, and I'm going to give it another blend. Okay, so this is done, and what I'm going to do now is, this is not going to be a raw sauce, so I'm going to put this on the stove top and set it to low while I make the batter for the. So here's my mango apple pear puree, and it's quite a bit of it because you know I really needed to get rid of that fruit, so that's okay. So I'm going to actually cook this. Now sometimes when I do stuff like this where I make like a fruit sauce for my children, I'll just blend up things in the blender and then I'll just give it to them. But because I want these to go over the pancakes, then I actually want to cook this, and you know well, you know, I just want to cook it. I want to heat it up. So, and then I don't want it to brown because you know it's going to be sitting for a minute. So I'm basically just heating it up, really is what I want to do. And so I'm not going to add anything to it. I'm just going to leave it just like it is. And I'm going to cover it with a lid and let it go. Now you can use any fruit that you want. This is the fruit that I happen to have on hand, so this is what I am. Okay, so in my blender I have maybe about 6 extremely ripe bananas, and I'm going to add some coconut milk. Now I'm just totally doing this, like I don't have any exact measurements, but you know, just put however much or however little bit you need depending on how many people you're feeding with this French toast. Now I'm going to put enough coconut milk in here to actually cover the bananas because you know this is not a pudding. We kind of want to make this somewhat liquidy, you know, we want to somewhat liquefy it so that it kind of forms like a batter for the French toast. And I'm pressing my lid down and I'm going to give this a quick blend. Okay, so that didn't take very long. Only needed a few seconds to really blend up and you know liquefy the mix. So now I'm going to walk you over here. I have my handy metal bowl, and I'm just going to pour this all in here, and now I'm going to add my spices to the mix. Okay, so right here I have some ground cloves. So it's totally by, you know, however much seasoning or spices you want. I have some ground nutmeg. So I have quite a bit of batter, so, and I tend to be a bit heavy-handed with my seasons. I have some ground cinnamon, so just putting that in there. Some ground cardamom. I love cardamom. And I have my vanilla extract, and I'm just kind of doing that. So now I'm going to whisk. So I'm going to whisk this all together, and I don't know if you can tell how thick the batter is, but it's almost kind of like a custard right before you start to cook it to really thicken it up. This actually smells really great too. So it's like all those spices and the banana in there just makes it really, really fragrant. Okay, so I'm checking on my pear mango apple puree, and I have a little bit of maple syrup here. So because the apples are not, you know, like apple season is pretty much over, so they're not as sweet as they were. So I'm just going to add, just eyeballing the maple syrup, and that should do it. So, and this is pure maple syrup. So I'm just stirring that in there, and I'm going to keep this on the stove until the French toast is done. Oops, this is like popping out. Let me hurry and put the lid back on there. Okay, so I have some coconut oil, and this is what I typically do. I just, you know, brush my little oil on my little hot pan here, and now we're going to dip our raisin bread or whatever bread you're using. This is a really hard, hearty bread, so you don't have to worry about it falling apart or anything like that. Or even if you're using like really stale bread, that makes great French toast as well. And there we go. And I'm going to dip a few more on camera. So, and this is just like French toast batter. This is great. So kind of drain the excess right there and put another one down. So I guess I can do a few more. So you kind of get the idea. And my fire's not up too high. You can see my bread is still holding together. Plus this bread was in the refrigerator, so this bread freezes really well also. Okay. Okay, so I flipped 2 of my French toasts already, and I'm going to see if I can flip this next one on camera with one hand. Alright, there we go. And here we go for number 4. Oops. Okay. This smells divine. Just let me put that out there. So I'm going to keep going until I'm done. I'll swing you over here to my sauce that I just turned off. That is how I want it to be. So we're just going to leave that over here, and I'll come back when I'm ready. Okay, so here is the finished French toast, and here is the syrup topping, or just basically a fruit topping. So we're going to plate it up and give it. here we go, all ready to go. And I just tried some and it's really yummy. My children love it. Please give this a try and let me know what you think.